Mookie Betts is when you look at him, you don't look at a guy and think, well, he feels the pressure, right? I mean, like
Right.
he's so dynamite when it comes to that. And you mentioned Dave Roberts, and then there's Ohtani, who very well could be one of the most famous athletes on planet Earth, right? I mean, I don't think that is hyperbole, John. And here he is, like a couple weeks ago, Instagramming and, oh, by the way, I'm married. You know what I mean? Like, and where he kind of just lives in a cocoon in a way that normally nobody of his immense fame would be able to. Like this, it's kind of like a Jeter quality to it, where it's kind of wild how comfortable in his skin and in his environment he is, and allows him to, I imagine, go rake and then one day again go pitch, John.
He's a unique human. Yeah, he's a unique human being that showed me a lot on how he got here, who he signed with, what the expectations were, and what he embraced. He is very, very capable of doing everything he sets his mind out to do. And I think I read that he wrote down his goals and dreams as a youngster. Look, his contract he signed says a lot about him. The way he handles things says a lot about him. But let's not mistake or kid ourselves. He's under tremendous watch, and every move he makes. So he's handling it better than anybody, I think, of his ilk could.
Mm-hmm.
And give him the upbringing and what he's done and how he's done it. He's going to make mistakes just because everybody's going to want his time. Everybody needs to see him. But here's the deal. And I think the reason why he's with the Dodgers, I mean, he could have gone anywhere he wanted. He could have gone anywhere he wanted when he first came to Major League Baseball. I think now the world's going to get the chance to see him at the stage they want to see him, and that's in the playoffs. They didn't see him a lot. The East Coast doesn't see him a lot. Now America's going to get to see how incredibly gifted he is beyond belief, and playing in the playoffs, which is something he has not been doing in majority of his career.
Yeah, I don't know if it is like the NFL on Fox, John, but do you know how many Dodger games you have this year? Do you already know this? Do you know your schedule?
Yeah,
right now.
I mean, the first half. I mean, we'll do the limit, right? You can only do the club so many times. I believe it's 7 or 8 times, and I'm sure we'll have that. Yeah, I have a few Dodger games already. I know I got one in Cincinnati. I've got a couple, one with the Yankees in New York. So yeah, the first half schedule, I think I've got 3 of them. But I guarantee you in the second half, they may be backloading that to try to make sure that, you see the greatest player on earth doing his thing in Dodger blue. So this is going to be marketing 101 lesson for Dodgers and how they do this. And they do it as well as anybody. And certainly he knows on the back end, even though his contract's backloaded, he's got so many marketing deals. And look, it's good to be Shohei Ohtani. I just hope, my selfish hope is that he's able to learn how to pitch with the second Tommy John and last. I just want to see him last on the mound because he's so gifted, and that contract is so huge. I don't think they gave him that contract just to be a DH. So I think they believe that he's going to be able to be a dynamic pitcher, after this year.
What advice would you give him on that?
The biggest thing is look at how he rehabbed the first time and make some changes. But I think the biggest thing he's got to be able to do is convince himself to not throw 94-mile-an-hour sliders and 100-mile-an-hour fastballs all the time. I mean, he's pulled off incredible miracles up to this point. I said, look, I wasn't being negative. I'm a huge fan of his. I said it's an impossibility for him to stay healthy at the way he was going. And it's proven to be true only because the force he puts on his body and the lack of rest he gets. I mean, it's truly the greatest player I've ever seen. And so if he's going to be the dynamic player that we want to see and open doors for future players, I hope that he can rest at 97, 96 and tune it up every once in a while, throw that split and slider, not with maximum effort, and be able to just navigate the mound. Even though he won't make 30 starts, it's still fun to watch him dominate on the mound when he's dominating on the counterpart, when he gets in the box, in the plate.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.